Hey everyone, welcome to another Story World Survival episode. In the back there, you can see what we got up to in last episode. We built the stables, which is a cute little spot for us to keep some horses. We got two horses and a donkey, so we're all set on that. Not that I really ever use horses in Minecraft, but it's good to have just in case. And yeah, so we have that all settled. We put it right next to the inn, so that way it would feel kind of complete in terms of visiting the valley. You could stable your horse right next to where you're staying, and everything would feel kind of cohesive and complete. So that's awesome. I wanted to work on a little bit more of prep for the battle and for the dragon battle, and for getting some stuff together for the castle project down the road. So that we're gonna do a little bit of prep for those two things today. We also are gonna get up to a build, but I'm not 100% sure what I want to work on. I've got a couple of projects in the works. We've got the potential terraced garden behind us, behind the little hillside village that you're looking at there. I had a rough idea to do like a tower up on that hill behind me, so that could be really cool, like a watchtower. So there's a couple different projects that we can kind of think about doing today and get going on. But I definitely wanted to start today with a little bit more prep for the final boss battle and for getting the castle project going, so we can definitely fire away on getting some of that stuff sorted. I think doing some resource collection just to start is a good way to kind of kick this episode off. We are going to need a whole bunch of stuff for the castle project. I'm thinking tons of wood, tons of stone, tons of deep slate, lots of stone variants and sort of odds and ends. We're definitely going to play with like colors and palettes with this build. Castles definitely need unifying elements in terms of having, lots of one element across the board. But then I definitely wanted to kind of vary things up, have areas where, granite's the main element, or spruce is the main element, or terracotta is another element. And they're all unified by having another sort of dominating feature across the board, like stone bricks or something. But I want to have a ton of stuff to work with. I don't want to have to worry about stopping and having to get resources, and I probably will. There's inconceivably like no way that I'm gonna be able to get everything that I need for this build together in just a couple goes, but definitely getting started on that. Last episode we also got a whole bunch of trading all set up, a bunch of enchantments on our stuff set up. We got looting on our sword, we got a bow with infinity, we got protection on some stuff, and feather falling, which is going to be great for during the end battle, or I keep calling it the end battle, during the dragon battle. If I get scooped up and I don't want to break my ankles or die in the process. I definitely need some potions of slow falling, but all that's going to require going to the nether, which is another thing I considered doing for this episode, is hitting up the nether and trying to find a fortress and getting some blaze rods set up, and possibly trying to find some endermen to take down and start gathering some eyes. My hope was that one of my cleric villagers would offer me ender eyes as a trading option, so that way I could just sort of quickly gather them. Where is my cleric villager? I don't remember how leveled up he is. There he is. Yeah, he's not leveled up at all, and the best way to do it would be to trade with him for rotten flesh. And granted, we do have the zombie spawner, so that's going to be great. One of the things I was thinking would kind of be great to work on, and these sort of things go hand in hand, is I want to pick up a ton of stone from this area over here, and I want to pick up a bunch of And then I want to start setting up a mob spawner over there. So that way we can kind of passively get mob loot and let them just sort of like, we've got the zombie spawner for experience. So I think I'd set it up so that way they just automatically die and then they drop their loot, and we'll be able to gather like tons of bones and tons of string and tons of rotten flesh. So yeah, that's definitely in the works. One thing, and you know, I do want to set up is is I was thinking it might be worth investing in another diamond pickaxe and trying to go for silk touch on it. And I don't think I have silk touch as a enchantment on like a book or anything. I'll double check really quick because I can never remember what I've got set up in this world because I take such frequent breaks from it. So let's put that down and let's check out what's going on in the enchanting tower. If we have silk touch, that's awesome, but we may need to do a little bit more villager rolling to get silk touch and maybe efficiency and unbreaking. So that's going to be a little bit of work to sort of get those things set up. Density and lure, yeah, no, and we don't have any levels to sort of try for, you know, enchanting any gear. So there's a couple. I wanted to get silk touch on this pickaxe though, because if I'm gonna mine up a whole bunch of stone, you know, I think the main element that I'd love to use for this castle is stone bricks, and I don't want to have to go, oh of course, but what would one of these videos be if it wasn't having you guys in it? All right, let's get this going. Let's grab my bad omen bottle. Ow. Did I just break one of my leaves? All right. Got my bad omen bottle for the episode. Of course, you know, we have to have it. It's a meme at this point. Seriously, the number of times those guys have shown up is just absurd. I mean, we have 7 plus 3, that's 10, plus 8, that's 18. We have 20 bad omen bottles. That means, because we're just about at episode 20, that we've had one of those groups of guys once an episode. Yeah, and we have 20 banners, which makes sense because I'm pretty sure the guys who dropped the bad omen bottles also dropped the banners. But oh man, what would it be if it wasn't for those guys showing up every episode? So, but back to my point, if I want to be able to use stone bricks for the castle, I don't want to have to mine up a ton of cobblestone and then smelt it back down into stone just to have to turn it into bricks. I'd rather get an efficiency, unbreaking, silk touch with mending to be able to just sort of sort that out and have that all set up. So I think I'm gonna go hang out over by the zombie spawner for a little bit, get a bunch of levels, and then that will set us up for enchanting the pickaxe, which hopefully we can get like efficiency or unbreaking on it right off the bat. And then who knows though, maybe we'll get like silk touch and efficiency. I mean, you never know with enchanting rolls what you might get. But I'm gonna go hang out by the the zombie spawner and get some experience, and then I think after that we might want to do, depending on what we get enchantment wise, we'll have to set up some enchantment like trades with the villagers. So probably a silk touch one, or I mean it really depends on what we get for the enchantments, but we definitely want to start off by just trying to base chant it, and then we'll go from there. And so yeah, I'm gonna gather some experience, set up an enchantment, and then we'll kind of go from there as to what we need to do. So yeah, all right, I will cut you guys back in when I guess I'm level 30, which is probably going to take a little bit considering I'm level 5 right now. So okay, that took a really long time. I probably was there for the better part of an hour, which was time well spent, definitely, for sure, to get the levels and be able to do this, but it was definitely a whole bunch of time. I did get a ton of rotten flesh though, which is awesome. So let's get trading on this. Okay, that got us a few more levels, which is awesome. And then do we have any sticks left over? Why don't you go refresh? All right, gold. Come on. Oh, there we go. Awesome. Okay, great. So we got a ton of emeralds, and we got that guy leveled up one more level, which is awesome. I'm really hoping that he ends up having a ender pearl trade. We have two clerics though, one in the village over the hill, so we can use him too, and hopefully between the two of them we'll get an emerald trade, or not an emerald, a pearl trade, so that'll be good. So let's put down the rest of the junk that we got here. Oh wait, there's an enchanted book in here. What's that? Oh, that's protection 3. That's good to have. All right, so we got a little bit of iron. We can throw down the emeralds, which is cool. Everything else is like a mob thing, so, and a plant thing, and then this one kind of junky iron shovel. So, all right, let's get enchanting, shall we? Shouldn't we? Let's do it, right? All right, let's get over here. Let's see what the enchanting table gives us. Silk touch and efficiency, silk touch and efficiency. All right, efficiency 3, that's pretty good. Come on, silk touch. Oh, and I'm breaking 3. Okay, yeah, we can roll for silk touch with the villager trade for sure. That's no worries at all. So that's pretty good. That's pretty much as good as that could have worked out. Obviously, if we gotten silk touch on that, that would have been, you know, all of it in one, but well worth it. Well worth it. Okay, so now that we've got that all sorted, let me get going on some villager trading nonsense, which is going to require, we have an extra lectern, which is great. I'm gonna want some dirt to section off the area that I need to get that villager into, and then also a lever, because we found that that's the only way to hold that door open, and we can get going on getting a villager set up with silk touch. I definitely got silk touch a bunch of times when I was doing rolling for all the other enchantments, so hopefully it doesn't take too long. But, you know, you never know with villager trading rolls. Sometimes the one that you need is the one that takes the longest to get. So, all right, let's get in here. And I think it's just gonna be right straight ahead. And we'll break that. Did I pick that up? Yeah, I did. Come on. Oh, mending. And it's for 12 emeralds. That's way better than my deal with the other guy. Oh, God. We got to get another villager in here. Oh, my God. Well, I'm going to lock that in. because that's pretty good steal, honestly. So, okay, let's get another villager in here. Yes, there we go. Silk touch. Not even that expensive, too. Let's grab that. And we are all set. We did it. We done did it. Yeah, I mean, we have mending for 12. Everything else here is like absurdly expensive, you know, like this 41 emerald protection 3, but I mean, infinity for 9, looting for 45. My god, that was a steep one. 58 for the feather falling and 16 for the flame. Yeah, I mean, we have such a cool setup here with the trading hall. I'm like so pleased with it. I know I didn't do a great job with like paying attention to prices before I locked in trades, but even still, I think we've got quite a good setup there. So, and granted, a lot of those, you know, trades we're probably not going to use again, but just to have them, I mean, definitely, I think investing, getting another couple in there for like efficiency and unbreaking is going to be well worth it. Granted, those are, I feel like, the most common ones to get on the enchanting table. So I don't always feel the need that like I have to, you know, get those via villager enchantments, but I don't know. All right, let's get this guy set up. And then let's get this guy set up here. And let's just keep it really simple, just so that way we know which one's which. All right. That is a load off of my mind, knowing that we don't have to worry about smelting a ton of stone to get smooth stone. We can just like harvest away and go crazy with it. So let me put down some stuff. Put down that, and I'll put down that and that, and the books and the emeralds and these odd 2 pieces of cobblestone that we've got. And then I say let's just mine. Like, let me commit. I mean, I'm gonna commit like an hour or 2 to just mining my brains out, so that way I can just load up on stuff. And I might set up like a workstation or like a storage area over there on the hill that's gonna kind of eventually become like the entrance to our castle. So but first things first, I'm just gonna mine for a while and just fill up my inventory. I would love to just like get like a full chest of smooth stone, a full chest of you know, spruce and oak wood, like a full chest of like a bunch of stone variants, and just like fill up everything I possibly can and just be totally set up. I don't think I'm gonna get all that done today, but even just to get a leg up on starting off with the smooth stone is gonna be huge. So I'm gonna get down here and get into our sort of mining trench here, and we're gonna get going on that. All right, let's see. Fortune. Still only 2. Does fortune not work on emeralds? I feel like that's the second time I've tried to mine an emerald with fortune and I haven't gotten anything. And that's like totally fine. Definitely let me know down in the comments if fortune doesn't work on emeralds, because that would like almost make sense in my head too, because it's, you know, it's generating free money in a way, you know, emeralds being the main form of commerce in Minecraft. Maybe if you use a fortune pick on emeralds, it's sort of like exempt. It doesn't work. I could see that being the case, but definitely let me know in the comments if that's the case. All right, we grabbed a whole ton of smooth stone, and this thing is a beast. I mean, we got another 5 levels down, and it's barely, I mean, it's not looking worse for wear, but it's also not like totally destroyed, which is awesome. I love it. I love it. I should have invested in a silk touch pickaxe a while ago. Not that I use like a ton of smooth stone, but just to have it, oh boy. Just to have it is awesome. So let's let me get some stuff together, and we can set up like a little workstation over there. That'll be kind of our base of operations for the castle build, and I'll start stashing supplies away. I might do one more round of mining just to really kind of hammer it home. It's so nice that I was able to get mending on this too, so that way I can just go repair it and we're all set. I don't need to worry about this getting broken and all that work being down the toilet. So I'm gonna get some stuff together. So before we choose our spot for it, let me just make sure, because there was that creeper earlier and now I'm like a little paranoid. I don't think there's anything hanging out before I free cam into the distance. But before we choose our spot for our workstation, I want to explain sort of the idea that I have for the sort of entrance to the castle. So I was thinking there would be some sort of like switchback path system that goes up this mountainside, and then possibly like a gatehouse here between these two, like this little hill and where this peak starts, and then the castle is going to get built out from there. So like there's going to be like an area here that I think will be, you know, when I've looked up castle sort of anatomy before, I think you would call it like the lower ward. It's like where all the houses and stables and all that stuff is. So like this will be sort of the lower ward, and then the castle itself will be built into the mountains. So probably like a gatehouse here, which means that we want our workstation. I'm thinking like maybe like on this little bit, or maybe like right here somewhere where it's pretty easily accessible. So I'm gonna jump up there, get up there. I grabbed a whole bunch of chests so we could set up like a little area for all that. So let me get up here. Yeah, I think this little spot is totally fine, and it's like a little higher up, so it'll sort of be closer. So let's set up our chests area. Probably like chest here. Maybe we'll like stack some of them. Oops, not what I meant to do. Maybe we'll stack some of them. Oh my god. Is there a way to do this? I don't know if there is a way to do this, because if I shift here, it's gonna turn it into a single chest again. All right, then maybe we won't stack some of them. Somebody explain to me how I'm supposed to do that, because I can't figure it out. But let's just lay down like a whole bunch of chests. That's probably a good bit of storage to get us started. And then let's throw down all of that, which is great. And I'm thinking one more round of mining just to like really send that home. We'll have a whole bunch of smooth stone set up, and that'll be a good start for what we want to do. Maybe that's today's build, is playing with the idea for the gatehouse. That's gonna be kind of big though. Like the whole structure of it's going to be kind of a large thing. And granted, I've accomplished pretty big builds like, you know, the iron farm or, you know, the inn or this whole thing in a single episode, but I don't want to take on more than I can chew in one episode. So let me throw down the last chest there, and let's do one more round of mining. I want to be conscious of the durability on the pickaxe though. We didn't even hit halfway on that mining you know, expedition, so I don't think we'll even get to that, or we might just hit halfway on the durability on this pickaxe before we're done with this mining bit. But I don't want to get this too damaged, so that way it doesn't take too long to repair. And I also don't want to commit like the whole episode to just mining. That's, you know, just, I'm really testing YouTube retention right now by being like, let's spend half the episode, you know, rolling for trades and also mining a bunch of stone. You know, it just like connects with the ethos of what I want this world and this video series to be, which is that you guys are getting pretty much every step of every build. Oh, I don't want this single piece of cobble. What do I do with it? We'll just throw it out of our inventory when we fill up again. But you guys are getting pretty much every step of the building process, like gathering the resources and coming up with the plan and then actually building. So I don't want to like cheat you guys out of some part of this because I think, you know, it's going to be boring. And there's ways for me to edit it so that way this isn't just, you know, 2 hours of me just mining up stone. So I'm going to keep plugging away here. And once I've got another full inventory of smooth stone, we'll toss it in that chest, have a really good start on our building supplies for the castle, and we'll be able to kind of go from there. Oh, that's a thunderstorm. I didn't even hear that. I thought that was my dog upstairs doing something. I'm not messing with that. That is, I have gotten so many thunderstorms in my Minecraft worlds lately. I hope there's not like any crazy hostile mobs in this cave or something. Here, let me just like double check that nothing spawned up here. Yeah, I think we're good. There's probably some outside, but hopefully they'll be dealt with by the sun. All right, so we got a pretty full inventory of stone again. I did pick up a little bit of copper. I'm gonna hang on to that dirt too. I know it's like a weird thing, but dirt is just one of those resources where you need it all of a sudden and you need a ton of it, and then you're not picking it up or you're throwing it away, and then all of a sudden you don't know how to get a bunch without, you know, tearing up your front lawn basically. So I'm gonna hang on to that stack of dirt, even though it means one less stack of smooth stone, but we have a whole bunch of smooth stone, so I think we're good. I'm just gonna run over here to the castle supply area and drop down this smooth stone, and then I think we're good on prepping for the castle today. I think that's good, some good prep, just getting the supplies together. The next thing I was thinking we might want to do is do a little bit more movements on the dragon battle prep. And I think, well, obviously the next step that we need to take in that is we need to get some blaze rods. We don't have any blaze rods or anything, and so we need to get sorted on that, and, you know, be able to make our eyes of ender when the time comes, and also be able to brew some potions for, you know, slow fall and strength and healing and stuff. So I'm going to drop down some stuff, and get kind of sorted, and then I think we're gonna have to go to the Nether because I need to find a fortress in order to do this, and I cannot tell you how excited I am to do that. I just don't care to go to the Nether right now. But it's really, I mean, it is the next step. Like that's what we have to do. So I can't put it off. If I keep putting it off, it's just gonna end up biting me in the butt that I didn't do it sooner. So I'm gonna drop down the Silk Touch pickaxe. I'm gonna hang on to all these guys. I'm wondering, well, I'll gather a bunch because one thing I need to do is I need to navigate the Nether a little bit better, and I think I'm gonna need to do a lot of pillaring and bridging and stuff in order to get around, but I think I'll be able to do that with some netherrack. So hopefully I can pick up enough. I don't know why I have my bed. I don't need that. I'll just throw it down in front of the portal. I'll just pick it up when I need to. But yeah, so we'll do some bridging and pillaring and stuff in the Nether with the netherrack that we pick up, because we're having, at least in my experience in this world, in the Nether area that we spawned in, we didn't really have super good luck with it being in a good location. So, oh, you know what I want to do actually quickly first before we go? Oh, wait, no, I can't do that. I was about to say brew up some fire resistance potions. Oh, you know what I definitely do need though is a shield, for sure. A shield and a bow. Those are the two things I definitely do need. So not gonna skip on grabbing those because those are gonna be pretty essential. The bow for gas, the shield for like wither skeletons if it come up. So having some of that will really help out. So all right, let's grab this stuff. All right, my bow is in here. Yes, it is. And my shield, if I have one, would be in here, which I do. Cool. And granted, we do have fire protection on 2 of our pieces of armor, so that should help us a little bit in terms of fighting blazes. We have a bunch of stakes so we can regen our health. I think that's about as prepared as we can be, and we'll see. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a total wimp. So if it's looking, even if there's even a hint of it looking not good, I'm gonna just nope out of there. I don't want to lose my gear. I don't want to end up in a sticky situation. I want to just, you know, be, oh, you know what I just remembered that I'm sorry to keep running back and forth. I don't have any gold gear. I need like a gold pair of shoes or something just to keep myself from getting attacked by piglins. So let's grab that. And granted, I'm gonna hang on to my diamond boots for if we end up in a fortress, because I don't think piglins spawn in fortresses. So I'll just break out the gold boots when I'm you know, running around, and then I'll switch out to the diamond boots when we're in a fortress. So okay, all right, now I think we're prepared. All right, let's do a little bit of map mod and see if we can't get like a bearing on a direction. Ooh, there's a warped woods over there. That's good to know, because I think that's where a lot of endermen spawned. Wow, I don't know how I generated this much of the map mod, because I don't recall I don't recall exploring the Nether this expansively, but somehow I have that much Nether explored. So all right, this is like the way that I think we normally go. So let's see if there's anything in this direction. I know I saw a bastion off in the distance, but let's see. Nether fortress, nether fortress. Nether fortress. There's like a weird straight line right here. That's a little odd. This is all basalt delta, so I don't think I want to go in that direction. I think I still want to go in this direction. So I don't see another fortress like anywhere. But it might be just because I'm like not on the right level to like see it because of the way that like the generation of the map mod works. So I'm going to do a little bit of checking stuff out. I do think I want to go in like generally this direction. I think I want to go around this. Oh, this is that bastion. Okay. I do not want to get too close to that. I think that's a bastion, right? Yeah, that looks... It's like a bastion that's like made out of basalt. Ooh, there's a chest right there. I don't know. I don't trust that there's like some guys hanging out over there though. I'm not gonna mess with it. Oh, okay. Here's the rest of it. Yeah. Okay. No. Maybe let's start digging through some netherrack. Whoa. Whoa. No, not there. Let's try here. All right, what if we look at the map mod at this level? Oh, no, that's more basalt delta. That's the bastion I think we were just looking at. Here's some crimson forest. Jeez. I do not see another fortress anywhere. But here, wait, let's see. Are we going into like another... Yeah, we're going into like another big thing here. Definitely a whole bunch of crimson forest. Okay. Well, it's good to know. There's a really big crimson forest over here, so I can get a bunch of shroom lights or crimson stem if I want it. So that's awesome for sure. Definitely gonna want that for future building endeavors. Oh, went a little too far. Whoa. Got some hoglins down there. Okay, let's light that up. Wait a minute. Is that, there we go. There we go. Awesome. All right. That didn't take too long. That was relatively painless. Okay. So I say that, and now I need to get down there, and I have no idea how to do that. Let me just like free cam this. I love all the tools that I've given myself in order to figure this out. Is there a blaze spawner in this? Oh, there's definitely blazes, that's for sure. I don't know that I see a blaze spawner per se, but there, a good portion of this is embedded into the wall. So, all right, where am I again? I'm like over, God, where am I? Okay, so I need to get down to here, and I think I can do that. If I can kind of like work my way down this thing. Okay. Oh, this is fun. Sorry, I'm not giving a lot of commentary. I'm super focused right now, trying to not die, and haven't even had anything like harrowing yet. But I just don't trust the Nether, like even slightly. Okay, can I can like mine down here. Oh. Already with the blazes. Can I snipe him? Yes. Okay. Hopefully those guys drop some blaze rods. Oh my God. Oh. Look at all those skeletons. I don't trust how many wither skeletons were on that. Oh, I can get down to it here. I saw one more over there. All right, let's just make sure we have a clear egress. Ooh. Some diamonds. No mind if I do. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna run out of torches, which I should have brought more with me, knowing I was gonna do this. Now that we know where this is, though, I can always run back and grab more. Ooh. Oh, another saddle. Heck yeah. I mean, I'll take the diamond horse armor. Of course I will. Oh, God. Oh. Okay, so why the reason why I'm doing this, you might be wondering, if you're an adept Minecraft player, you're probably not. Sorry, that like freaked me out. You're probably not too surprised by what I'm doing. Wither skeletons can't go through a too high gap like that. Oh God, what is that? What is that? Oh my God, I have no idea what just happened, but it was horrifying sounding. Wither skeletons can't go through a too high gap like that. So if you block off kind of all the intersections of hallways with too high gaps like that, you can stop wither skeletons from chasing you. So if you do that like periodically, you can give yourself like basically safe areas that you're not going to get attacked in. That's a magna cube. Yeah, that's a magna cube. What the heck was that noise? Oh, that was a blaze. Okay. I feel like there are so many blazes in this nether fortress that there has to be a spawner somewhere. Kind of want this magna cube. Oh, I already did that spot. Oh God, guys, I am freaked out. This is so not my forte. I hear the blaze. I also see nether wart though, and so I've got to grab that. Here, I'm gonna drop some stuff. Don't need that. Oh, I want the nether wart for sure. I'm gonna drop that. I can do without this and this and several of these stacks of netherrack. Don't want that. Oh, that's a blaze spawner right there. Heck yeah. Okay. All right. So let's like set up like a little kind of safe area. I can run to get cover. Oh boy. Okay, here they are. Feel like I need to be closer for this thing to kick on. And I also should be willing to take these guys on with my sword. Will a shield block the blaze like attack? I don't know, let's see. Are these guys ever gonna spawn? Okay. Yes, it will. Awesome. I would love, like, I don't know, maybe 16. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Here, I'm gonna run back to my little hidey area. Eat some steak. Okay. this is a little crazy. Oh, that's not a sword. Okay. All right. I'm freaked out for sure. This is so intimidating for me because this is not the type of stuff I do like at all. Oh God. All right, come on. Oh God. There's way too many. I'm gonna hit these guys with my my bow. God. Ow. Okay, we've got 19. I'm not like terribly intimidated by this process. I might go for a few more. Not that I think we even need that many more, but I don't know. I mean, if we want to brew some potions and get set up. I have shot so many flame arrows. I can't tell if that's like a blaze in there or if that's my arrow. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right, let's see. Let's get one more round maybe. Come on. Let's get this over with. I'm also like chugging a Mountain Dew while I'm doing this because I don't know why. I gotta stop with the Mountain Dew. I don't drink that much of it, but I think 28 is plenty. And we know that this blaze spawner is here. It's in kind of a unique spot in that you have to go over this like little ledge to get to it. So I think we're good. I'm not terribly worried about having enough now. So I think we're good. I'm gonna head back home, basically. I think we're good to go back. I think it's this way. Yeah, we're getting into torches here, so that's a good sign. Yeah, I think it's this way. Oh, there it is. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That really wasn't that far away. That was a pretty reasonable distance, and the fact that it has a blaze spawner. So I actually remember one time in a world long ago that I set up a XP farm using a blaze spawner, and it was actually incredibly productive because blazes drop some of the highest amount of XP based off of, like, you know, mobs, like different mobs. So I would be totally into that, like doing that again and setting up another blaze spawner. So all right, let's get back. I mean, we're really, I am so happy with how that went. We have nether wart, soul sand, and a bunch of blaze rods and a bunch of like diamonds and a saddle and diamond horse armor. Oh god. Oh god. Run. There it is. Our way home. That was like incredibly productive, and I'm not gonna like toot my own horn, but I feel like I handled that super well too, especially for how freaked out I get sometimes when it comes to combat in this game. And like, not just like killing a zombie or something, but like high level, like this is a really tricky boss, or not boss, but like really tricky enemy to kill, and I think I did really well with that. So that's awesome. All right, so now we just need to get an ender pearl trade on our cleric and we should be good. I mean, obviously I could go through the effort of finding a warped, or yeah, a warped wood forest in the nether and farming enderman there. I don't know like if I want to mess with that though. I'd rather kind of cheese it and get a pearl trade. I think that would be a little bit easier. So okay, let's throw everything down again. Such a productive trip. All right, nope, I don't want to be in there. Nether stuff, here we go. Quartz, netherrack, nether warts, more of that. That's pretty much everything there. We really got to do something with this gear and tools chest because I don't think I have enough. I think I might have just enough room to get all these horse armors down in it. Oh, we can take off the golden boots. Those away. Throw on my regular boots. And then, oh, and the soul sand. Let's stash the soul sand. We still have some soul sand too, right? Yeah, just to set up a like a rudimentary soul nether wart farm. More diamonds. That is so sick to have found some diamonds. Drop this off. Nope. Leather. Oh, let's put down the saddle too. That is the last thing I can put in this chest. I've got to do some clearing out of that chest. Some more iron. Oh, some more coal. And a couple pork chops. Well then, all right. Well, that is definitely a good step completed towards the dragon fight. I think we're looking really good. I'm so pleased with how well that went. It didn't even take that long too. Like I thought I was gonna be in the nether for maybe an hour or so, but that maybe took like 20 minutes, which is super cool. So I'm so happy about that. So now we gotta start thinking about today's build. So I mean, like I said, I've been toying with a couple of different ideas. There's the gatehouse, which we could stick up there, which would be kind of a big build, and I don't think I have all the resources for it, so I'm not keen on doing that one. There's the terraced gardens, which could look really cool. And then over here, I'll just free cam it. Over here, we have this big flat area that I was thinking like a watchtower could look really cool in, or some kind of like fancy schmancy tower. I don't know. Like maybe it's just like a hermit's kind of spot. Like he's not part of the town, but he sort of is, and he's a little far off or something. So I'm kind of into the idea of doing that. So let me ponder it for a moment and kind of think some ideas up. It may be none of those too. Like I might come up with a different idea, and that's totally okay too. So I'm gonna do some pondering and see which idea strikes me as the best, and we'll go from there. So okay, let me ponder. Okay, so I pondered it a little bit, and I thought about what was a good build for today, and it is actually, as I said, none of those ideas that I just outlined. Instead, what I'd like to do is we just got all that those blaze rods, which means that we're going to be able to get into some potion brewing. So I think what I'd like to get into today is building like a potion hut, somewhere for us to brew our potions and to have all those sort of ingredients and elements live together. I don't need this shield, but I don't think I can put it down in here because this is, why is there just a random chest in there? There we go. And now we can put down the shield. So let me throw down the shield. So yeah, potion hut is kind of what's in my head as a good thing to build today, and we've got to scope out a good spot for it. I think, I mean, there is a part of me that wants to put it in these woods here because we kind of have like all of our sort of magical stuff like nested in these woods. We've got the enchanting house, we've got our nether portal over here, and you know, like a potion hut somewhere would sort of make sense in these, like these could kind of be like our enchanted magical woods. I don't know where I would stick it though. I don't want it like too close to the enchanting tower, So I don't want to like overdo this area. I mean, I guess it could live like right here. That is kind of close to the enchanting tower, but this could be kind of like our magic area, you know, with like the nether portal and the enchanting and then a potion hut right there. That could be cute. I'm into that idea. We also could put it over where I was thinking it could go, or where I was thinking about with that clearing up there. That could be a cute little spot for it. That's sort of out of the way, so I'm not super into that idea. I don't want to like put it way off. I think the further things get out, besides say the zombie XP farm, but I think the further things get out, the less inclined I am to make them really functional and more have them be like decorative or aesthetic things. So I'm gonna like scope out around here and just check out like what is going on in these woods. Like, is there a good spot where we could fit, you know, just like a cute little potion brewing setup? It's always so hard to tell what the topography is like in these woods because it's just so densely wooded, and I like it that way. I'm not gonna mess with like getting rid of the trees or anything, but and this is also like one of our main sort of thoroughfares to getting in and out of the valley, because I go this way a lot to do exploring, and like the old growth taiga is off in that direction. There's like other villages off in that direction. I think the dark oak is off in that direction. So there's an application to leaving that kind of free. So let me get up here and see if there's maybe not a good spot. I know we're kind of getting up into like, yeah, like the spruce tree area here. I don't know. I mean, this is a cute little spot. This spot like right here where we used to grow the old growth trees, that could be like a nice little spot. Let me go over to the other side and scope out like next to the enchanting tower. Oh my god. Oh my god. So many trees. Whew. That was a little stressful. How many trees were in that area? But maybe it's up here, you know, that might be where it goes, you know. I'm not like opposed to that idea. So like if we threw it, I think the spot I was kind of scoping out was like right up here. Like this could be a cute little spot for it. I don't hate that. And then our nether portal is right here. We could put it like farther back too. It could be somewhere like over here. I don't know. How do we feel about it being like right there? It is, again, like kind of out of the way. I guess at some point we do have to accept that not all our builds can be right on top of each other, and I don't want them to be either. Like that's one of the reasons why I'm sort of against maybe throwing it right here, because it's gonna be right on top of the smelting house, and I feel like we need to give that a little bit more breathing room. But somewhere over here could be kind of cute. And it would give us a reason to start like building up into this area, which could be a cool area to kind of like settle and set up, you know? So that is a good option. I'm sort of into that idea. Something around here. There is a part of me, and I know we just got back from there, and I'm not keen on going back right away, but I think there might be an application to doing it. There is a part of me that almost does want to go back to the nether to see if we can find some warped wood, so that way we can do this out of warped wood, because I love the look of that blue kind of color, and that totally lends itself to like the fantasy vibe of you know, having potions and magic and all that kind of fun stuff. Let me just like keep scoping around here. You know, we've got our whole farmlands area. We could sort of nestle it in the cherry biome, which if we did it out of warped wood would look really cool because it's got that like blue color with like the pink and everything. That could be really fun. There is like a spot like right here, or like right here. I do kind of like the idea of it being sort of nestled in these cherry trees, or even like right up here. Ooh, this is a good spot right here. And let's just like take a look. It's not too close to anything too. We could really easily run a path up through here and get up to here. Okay, all right. I think location resolved. It's gonna go right here. I think that's a good spot. It's out of the way. It kind of lends itself to the fantasy vibe that like it's off the beaten path. If you want to do something like magical, you have to like get out of the town center, which is cool. Awesome. All right, so we've got our spot picked out. So I did have an idea for what I want this to look like. I did some sort of inspiration hunting, and I found it. I don't know why, but I just like Google searched Minecraft potion brewing houses, and a lot of stuff came up that was sort of mushroom based. It was like mushroom houses and mushroom towers and all these kind of mushroom shaped things, and I really liked that vibe. Actually, I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm into the idea of sort of making this kind of mushroom based, I guess you could say, which will be a first time thing for me. I've never done a build that has kind of that vibe to it, I guess. Let me throw down my random sapling. Okay. So, but I don't know. Do we incorporate some warped wood, or do we just go with kind of the mushroom vibe? I think we just go with the mushroom vibe, you know. I think that'll do it. I think that'll send it enough, you know, and it'll be cute and kind of cozy. I don't want this to feel like a witch's hut. I want it to feel almost like, you know, like a gnome's hut or something. So what do we want to use to do this? I was thinking possibly granite, or maybe, you know what, actually, do we have, how much clay? Oh, we have a ton of terracotta, and we have a bunch of red terracotta, which is exactly what I was looking for. And then we do have quartz. So, okay, so we're gonna do quartz and terracotta for the mushroom cap, I guess you could say. And then I'm thinking, actually, I know this isn't something I use a ton of, but I'm thinking of like largely doing it out of oak, like stripped oak. I think that would look good for sort of the stem of the mushroom, which is going to be kind of part of the house. So we might be good on supplies for this. We might not need to do like any supply gathering, which is super cool. So let me throw down my bow because I don't need that right now. And this odd extra torch that I've got, just gonna put that down. And then let's grab a chest and our sort of supplies here, and we can get our terracotta and our quartz, which will craft up into some quartz blocks. Beautiful. And then lots of oak wood. And definitely some spruce for some accents. We can just grab a bunch of planks. I think we don't probably need to worry too much about getting logs. Okay, cool stuff. Yeah, that might be everything we need, honestly. I don't plan on this being a particularly big build. Let's head back over there. Hope everyone's having a good week and everything's going well for everyone. Definitely been a little bit crazy on my end. I somehow ended up scheduling several weekend trips in a row the last couple weeks, so it's been a little crazy trying to keep up with them all, but I've been really enjoying getting to sort of see some friends and getting to kind of hang out and go out and do stuff. I definitely ready for a weekend though where there's just like nothing going on, and my birthday is coming up, so I'm super excited to just kind of do nothing and just chill out for a weekend. But yeah, it's definitely it's been a busy couple weeks. Right, stone cutter, that guy. And then let's kind of scope out the topography here. So we do have this strange little hole, which we can definitely patch up. I'm thinking of nesting it like right about here. So we could even leave that, and then let's just do a little bit of like light terraforming here just to clean up some of this. Yeah, I think this spot right here is perfect. I don't think we need to do too much more to it. So let's just like knock out all these petals and everything, because there's a lot of them. All right, so we got a good little spot set up. It's definitely getting late, so I should sleep. And then I think we can really just fire away on building this guy. Let's see. Let's grab out some oak wood. Now this is, I mean, I really, like, I just briefly looked at some inspiration photos. I didn't even sort of assess them to understand, you know, what is the shape of things. Maybe I'm trying to sort of map it out in my head. Okay, so I want like a 5x5 chamber on the inside. So let's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's got to be the interior, which means that if we're going to do kind of a natural looking mushroom stem situation, we're going to have to kind of play with how to preserve an interior that size. So maybe it's just... So that kind of gets us started. And I'm actually not opposed to the idea of bringing this up one more, too. And then on the inside here, now that we've got sort of our base set up here, you do... Oh, I need more logs. This is gonna be interesting. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. In case you weren't wondering, I normally come into my builds with like a semblance of a plan, but I don't really know what to do here. But we'll just kind of suss it out as we're going here. Okay, and then it looks so weird. And granted, all builds look weird when you first start them, but I don't know if this one's gonna get better. Okay, all right, I think I have some ideas for how to continue to improve this. I think this needs to go up one more, which means we can actually knock out a little bit of extra room on the inside. We don't need 2 layers of logs all the way through, you know? And then this, I think, needs to be like... Oh, just too shy. We are going to burn through this oak wood. Maybe it needs to be even like 1 higher. Okay. Ow. All right. That's a little bit better. We can do this and reclaim some of this oak wood because we don't need this much in here. I think we can take this layer out too, yeah. All right. All right. It obviously needs lots of like extra shape and maybe there's actually something to getting rid of these corners, kind of round it off a little bit. Okay, and then doing the same on this side. Or on this level, I mean. Oh, that's not an axe. Okay, okay, yeah, this is starting to look a little bit better. So And there's definitely a world where like, oops, not what I meant to do. I'm gonna have to fill those in so I don't fall through them. But like we do something maybe where there's like a little variation in height. To again sort of accentuate the natural bits of this. Okay, yeah, we're definitely getting somewhere now. Okay, I'm gonna start stripping these because that's gonna give us a better idea of what this is actually gonna look like. Ooh, okay, all right, I'm liking it. I feel like we need to go maybe, I mean, let's free cam this. I think it could go one higher on this level, and then I think that's about as high as I want to go on the sort of base of it. Okay, yeah, that's a good height. This looks really wonky right now. I do want to just like throw in some like really basic. Let's see here. Let's combine those and convert you to planks and then do like some stairs. Just because it's gonna irk me if this doesn't, you know, make sense. Okay. I won't lie, this is kind of intimidating me because I'm not sure how to make this look sort of natural, you know? I think we've got a good start here, though. I think I just need to keep moving forward with it. And so I think a part of that is going to be getting the top in place, the sort of cap of the mushroom. So let me get some supplies out for that. Okay, so that's my rough shape for the cap, which I'm trying to get a sense of if that's big enough or too big. I think it's the right size. I do. I know it looks really wonky right now, but I think that's a good size. Yeah. This is a little bit strange, this build. I'm sort of into it, though. I like how off it is, you know? It's not my usual, you know, like cottage core little houses and stuff. It's definitely a pretty big departure for me. So we're kind of running a little wild here. We're kind of roughing it. I don't know. I don't know. It definitely looks better with the red in place. The dirt circle made it look kind of funky. And now that we've got like the color that it's gonna be in place, it feels a little better. I'm so perturbed by this build. I in case it wasn't obvious, I have no idea what I'm doing. There was no plan, and that's not too far off from most of my builds, but it's a little funky, this one for sure. Okay. I guess let's just start like building it up, right? it's, it's I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on here. It's cute. I mean, it's definitely like becoming something, you know. I'm not terribly perturbed by it. A couple of edits I think I might need to make are, I think I need to break up the red with some other textures. So maybe there's like a world where some wart blocks go in here, and that would kind of make this less flat. And then I think, I don't know, I feel like it's gotta come down a little bit more. I might feel differently once I get the rest of the top in place, but I feel like it's gotta come down a little bit more. I also think I need to be a little bit more kind of discerning about where I'm putting the quartz blocks to kind of give it that toadstool mushroom kind of look to it. It is definitely coming along though. It's a little, I mean, I like how funky it is, you know. I do think I'm going to need more red terracotta, and I'm going to need a texture block for it, and I'm going to maybe want more. I think I'll probably be good on quartz, but I definitely need more terracotta. But let's see, let me get some other texture blocks, and let's see what that, how that sort of changes things a little bit. So I have exactly 3 wart blocks to my name, which is not great. I don't know if we need to make another trip to the nether and harvest some wart blocks. I also, ooh, I wonder if some shroom lights would look good in it. Let me free cam. Ooh, it's cute actually. From far away, it's actually a lot cuter. But that's generally the way some things are when you look at them from further away. They're less ugly. I don't think it's ugly. I just don't know what I'm doing, and it's sort of confusing me a little bit. Okay, I think we need to do a little supply run. I'm gonna run back up there and drop off this stuff. I need to hit up the nether again quickly and grab some wart blocks, and I think some shroom lights, because I think some shroom lights would be a really nice addition to this. I also need to possibly run over to the mezza and pick up some more red terracotta, because I don't think this is gonna get us all the way through. And I guess I could just dye some, but I mean, if we're gonna do a supply adventure, we might as well just grab, you know, what we actually need, as opposed to, you know, trying to figure out like things otherwise. Maybe I'll pick up some more quartz. I don't think I need more quartz. I think I'm good, but definitely more wart blocks for sure. And then I guess we can keep firing away on this. I mean, it's cute. it's not as like moody as I was expecting it to be, but it's also not complete yet. I don't have details on it. I don't have, you know, things. I was thinking about like hanging some stuff like glowberries and stuff from it. So I think it's going to look better once we start getting details in place too. Definitely bear with me on this one because we are in uncharted territories and we are just kind of figuring it out as we go. But I think I'm gonna go back to the nether, which I'm not keen on, but I definitely need some warp blocks to texture that with. So we're gonna hit up the nether again today, which is 2 nether trips in one episode. That's kind of absurd for me, but but I definitely want the warp blocks to texture with. So let me pick up my golden boots and my shield and my bow, and we'll hit that up. Ooh. My God, I thought I was gonna fall off that thing. Oh my God, that was scary. Okay. Oh, this is gonna take a while. Is there a better tool for breaking warp blocks? Is a pickaxe? Geez, these have quite the durability on them. Probably don't need a ton. I mean, maybe like a stack. So this is definitely going to be a little bit, but definitely want these shroom lights too. Okay, I have like a stack and 3/4 of warp blocks and a bunch of like odds and ends too, like the weeping vines and the shroom lights and the crimson roots or something. So I think we're good. I'm not gonna push my luck, you know, in the nether and hope nothing goes wrong, especially with how close of a call that last little bit with the hoglin just went. So, or whatever you want to call that. I think that's a hoglin, I want to say. Oh boy. Yeah, I know, buddy. I don't like looking at you either. But I think that's a good bit. I also picked up like a little bit more crimson stem, right? There was some in my, yeah, like a little more crimson stem. I don't know if I want to incorporate that into the build, but I know we still have a bunch too. So I'm not feeling like I'm like worried that we don't have enough of that, but we've got some extra just in case. But let's not push it. We've had one really successful trip to the nether today. I don't want to have a second one all of a sudden go awry because I was just like going a little overboard. I have to remember how to get back. Just gonna stick that there. Trying to actually like torch up this route too, so that way I know exactly where I'm going. It's awesome to be able to get to a crimson forest, or yeah, a crimson stem forest really easily this way. Like a big one too, because the last one I found was tiny, and I'm pretty sure I harvested all the crimson stem from there that I'm gonna get. So to have a big one at our disposal is really cool. I'm just gonna like, ooh, I don't like that. Whew. Okay, 2 successful trips to the nether. I do not want to go back there today. That was too much time in the nether for one episode. that was a little nerve-wracking. So let me bank these supplies, and kind of hang on to what I want for the build, and we'll go from there. Oh, that looks so much better. Yeah, that's a big improvement for sure. Okay, so let me pick up. Can I get that one up there? I probably can't. Oh God, a child. I didn't even sleep that late. What the heck? Cute. Oh my God, this is so cute. Oh my God, it's so cute. It's definitely like really funky. Did I do that right? Yeah, I think I did that right all around. Yes. Yes. Yep. Oh, I love it. I love it. I think it's so adorable. Okay. Let's get down from here. All right, now we got to think about sort of how this is going to join up. There's a part of me that just wants to do it all out of quartz blocks, because if you think about the bottom of a mushroom cap, it's kind of that softer, lighter texture usually. So let me light up in here because it's looking a little bit dark. Oh, I never stripped these logs. And then so the question is, do I bring it up one more, or do I make this flush? My inclination is to bring it up one more. So here, let me grab some oak logs. Oh no, we don't have enough quartz. Oh, I swear to God, if I have to go back to the nether again, I'm gonna lose it. I think I still have a little bit of quartz left over, so hopefully that'll get us there. You know what we could do, actually? Oh, you know what I totally forgot to be doing with that too? Oh my God, that looks so cute with the quartz underneath. Yeah, that's perfect. That's it. I can knock out some of those quartz blocks. Oh, darn it. Wow, quartz breaks like nobody's business. Perfect. Let's check that out from outside. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, there's definitely still some like refining to do. I think some oak stairs along the inside here will kind of give it a smoother transition to the top. And then I think expanding out the base a little bit with some kind of root sort of structures or something, because it just hits the ground so hard, you know, it just comes up and hits the ground really, really harshly. So I think expanding it out a little bit will also make a difference. So let me get some oak stairs. I think I still got some kicking around. I do. Let's throw down a bunch of stuff because we don't need it right now. There we go. That feels pretty good. Yeah, I'm into that. Okay. All right. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. I do think I might want to break up. I know mushroom caps don't normally exist like this, but I think I might want to have some blocks kind of dangling down a little bit more, because this just feels really harsh, you know, this line right here. And I feel like if I break it up with just a few odds and ends, like blocks sort of sticking down, that might help kind of, I don't know, just ease that transition a little bit and give it a little bit more of like a whimsical fantasy vibe to it. So we're definitely going to do that. I want to expand the base a little bit more though. So ooh, oh, that makes a huge difference. Oh my God. Yes, yes. Okay, this is coming along nicely. I love how unsure I was of this in the beginning, and now I'm like really in love with this build. So let's grab a little bit of this and a little bit of this. Let's see, can I reach this if I jump? I can. That's fantastic. Okay. Okay. All right. That's definitely better. I don't know how much more I want to push it with that, you know? I think that's probably a good bit of variation. This is so cute. Oh my gosh, I really like this. I'm so into this build. This is so crazy how much it's come, yeah, how far it's come along, because it was really rough with the first sort of iteration of this. um let's see what else can we do to sort of give this a little bit more character. There's a part of me, and I don't know if this is crazy, that wants to put like a dormer on the roof, you know, like some kind of roof structure that sticks off of it. So it looks like this is maybe a mushroom that somebody like built a home out of, if that makes any sense. I want to see how I can do that though. I mean, it's cute. Huh. This one's tricky. This is definitely like testing my building abilities here. What if? No, I can already tell that's not going to work. I mean, it's basically what I wanted. It's cute. It's definitely like a nice addition to the build. I don't know. I'm kind of into it. I think that might be it, honestly. And if we put that on all four sides, and then we maybe put like a chimney coming up or something. All right, so I got all the dormers in place. Let's take a look at what this looks like. I think that's cute. I think that works, right? I did that one right. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I think that kind of sends it and makes it feel a little bit more cottagey. I was also thinking maybe having like a small structure coming off of the side would be worth it. Like right here, we have like just a small little house kind of poking off of it. But let's get up there and see what we can do about like knocking out some blocks. So it'd be like this one, right? No. Well, kind of. Yeah, it'd be like those. Here, wait. Okay, one last thing to look at. No, yeah, that lines up good. That's all set. And we could knock out those blocks. And then just trying to get like a look at this. Yeah, I think that's good. That's good. Okay, so if we're copying that on this side, that's this block, these two blocks. Oops. God, the breaking time on these nether wart blocks is absurd. They are so strong. Okay. That block. Oh, this is so cute. Oh, I'm so into this. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right, so we've got our little dormers in place. This feels so funky and fun. I love it. I absolutely love it. So, I mean, now I'm not even sure, you know, if we want to do a structure off the side. Let's see. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'd have to be kind of a short little structure. Also, this is bothering me. There we go. That feels a little bit better. I don't know. It might be good as is, honestly. I think it's probably good just how it is, you know? And then we can knock that out. And probably want to run. Well, we can punch out some windows on this too. So like a window here. I don't know if a window will work there. Window won't work there. Ah. Maybe here, let's get the windows in place. That one's good. This one doesn't need that there. This one doesn't need this here either. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And actually what I might do is I may actually fill this window back in. And run that, so that way we can get up and down between this level and the top level. What is a zombie doing out right now? It's not even that dark out. Now we can start like throwing up some details. So like something like that. And then some, like, grab any fences? Do I have any fences on me? I don't, but here, let's grab some of this. Do a little bit of this. Whoa, nope. Do a little bit of that. Ooh, I just used up all my spruce. Whoops. Oh well. Cute. And then maybe I have literally one trapdoor to my name. Nope. Something little like that. Some fences. And probably fences on the insides too. I think that's kind of the look for the windows in this guy. Doors. Oh, I don't think I grabbed like any stone, did I? No, I didn't grab any stone, and I definitely want a stone floor in here. So, okay, I'm gonna go grab some stone really quick. I think I'm just gonna use mossy cobble. I also need to eat. Okay, so the last thing that I think might be a good detail. Well, there's two things I'm thinking about. One of them, I don't know if it's gonna work, but I kind of want to try it. I don't know. I don't know if I should do this. Well, I mean, there's no harm in trying it. So let me get back up there. I need some more spruce before I do it. Okay, before I go too much further. Ooh. Ooh, I'm kind of into it. Yeah. Okay, all right. So let's get the fences in place. I'm thinking fences here too. Ooh, ooh, I love that. I love that. This is like really funky, and I'm not even sure how to put how I feel about it. I think it's I'm super into this. Okay. I think one last detail that I want to get in place is I feel like some leaves underneath might kind of give it like a nice contrast in terms of having some green mixed in with the red. And then maybe some like vines or something. And like when I say vines, I mean these like creeping vines or whatever, the weeping vines. But I need to go grab some leaves, so let me do that. Gonna get late though, so I'm gonna grab my bed. Ooh. Yeah. I might take back some of the leaves on this side. I think I went a little heavy. Like maybe that, I think, is good. And then, oh, I've got them on me. I think this one can be a little longer. Funky fresh. Oh my god, this is so cute. This is so cute. I love this so much. Okay. All right. What else does it need? Does it need anything else? Are we feeling good about this build? I mean, I'm certainly liking it. Let's just do like one last little float around here. I mean, it's got texture, it's got the right colors, it feels like a mushroom, you know, it feels very natural, like somebody turned this like giant mushroom that was growing here into a house. Oh, you know what it needs? One last thing, and I keep saying that and then not having it be the last thing. Do I have trapdoors on me? I could have sworn I had some trapdoors. I do. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's perfect. It's cute little chimney, kind of curving off of it. Oh my god. This was definitely a little iffy in the beginning. I was not sure I was gonna be able to accomplish this, but I think I did it. I think it's there, you know. So now it's just like some exterior detailing. I almost like I'm 100% good with not having any sort of exterior structure coming off of it. I think it looks good as is. I'm gonna throw down a whole bunch of stuff because my inventory is looking a little scary. And let me grab some soul sand. I should have picked up more when I was in the nether. I'm not keen on doing another nether trip, and I think we've got enough that I can set up what I'm thinking about around the build without having to really mess with going back to the nether. Guys, I think it might be done, honestly. I am super happy with the exterior details. I think it feels whimsical and, you know, fantasy. It definitely looks like a mushroom, but it kind of looks like somebody carved a house out of it, so that's super cool. We've got, you know, some sort of overhangs here. We've got the overhang for the door. I started a little nether wart patch on either side, which can kind of be where we harvest our nether wart from. So that's looking super cute. I put down some of the crimson roots, you know, just to kind of further cement the feeling of it. In here, I mean, super basic. We've got 2 brewing stands, a bunch of storage, some furnaces, which I think are going to be good for, you know, if we need to smelt anything while we're brewing. Let me sleep. But I mean, I'm really happy with how this came out, especially with how janky it looked in the beginning and how it looks now. I think it really came together. But yeah, we have sort of the simple brewing setup in here. There's definitely more detailing to do, but that's another day, I think, especially because up here, I would love to set up like a kind of rudimentary bedroom living space, like the hermit that lives in the potion brewing mushroom also has like a place to live. And yeah, we've got all the sort of exterior details. I am quite pleased with this and how it came out and just the general vibe, you know. And it's just, you know, from afar, it's this just adorable little kind of added pop to the hill up here, and it kind of again further cements that if you want to do like magic stuff or, you know, anything like that, you kind of have to explore outside the village. You have to go like all the way over to the enchanting hut or all the way over to this potion brewing thing. And I definitely could have stuck them closer together, but I think the space is really good. And the fact that it's in the cherry biome or the cherry grove or whatever you call it, just like further makes it kind of part of this like whimsical area. I definitely think something worth doing would be getting some of the like crimson dirt from the nether and sort of putting that around here too. I think that would kind of help create a little bit more of a whimsical vibe. But like I said, I'm not going back to the nether today. I do not want to push my luck and have, you know, something terrible happen, you know. And this is totally gonna work. It absolutely has everything we need in it. you know, maybe some lanterns. Actually, I could definitely get some lanterns up in here. So why don't I grab some lanterns just to kind of finish it off? Okay, now I think it's done. I got some lanterns in some windows and sort of scattered around the build. I put, it's sort of hard to check out. I mean, you can see it from the inside. I put oak trap doors around the dormers, and I think that kind of helps finish those off because they did look a little odd just being open. We got the chimney, we've got kind of the spire, and yeah, I could not think of a cuter, more stylish potion brewing area like hut than this. Honestly, I think it came out so well and I'm so happy with it. So awesome. All right, well, you know, thank you so much guys for joining in and, you know, being a part of this little adventure today. We got so much done. We got so set up for the dragon battle. We got a ton of supplies for the castle project, and we got this like really cute build all set. So super productive episode. I'm loving these kind of multifaceted episodes where we're you know, working on some larger goals in the beginning, and then we're kind of getting a build done towards the end. And I know these builds have been kind of cute and small, and you know, they haven't been quite exactly the scope that I always take on, but you know, there's bigger projects in the works, and I can't wait to sort of start working on those too. So, well, thank you again for watching. If you watched this far into the video, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you liked about the build, what you might do differently, and definitely consider subscribing to my channel. It really helps out, and it gives you, you know, all of my chill Minecraft content, you know, right at your fingertips. So awesome. All right guys, have a good week, and I will see you in the next one.